Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, what is the difference between hash map and hash table in Java? Let me answer this question with practical demonstration. So what is the difference between hash map and hash table? So before I explain the difference between hash map and hash table, first I'll explain what exactly is a hash map. In Java programming, HashMap is one of the predefined classes under the collections framework, right? In Java programming, HashMap is HashMap is one of the predefined classes under collections framework. A lot of predefined classes and interfaces will be there under the collections framework, and HashMap is one of them. Using HashMap, we can store, okay, we can store key value object pairs. Okay, we can store a group of key value object pairs. Using HashMap, what is possible, guys? We can store a group of key value object pairs in Java programming. So let me demonstrate a sample program. Okay, before I explain the difference between HashMap and HashTable, you need to have this basic understanding of what exactly is a HashMap. Then you can understand the difference between HashMap and HashTable clearly. Okay, so before I explain the difference between the HashMap and HashTable, I'm going to explain HashMap in detail first. So HashMap is one of the predefined classes under the collections framework, and using the HashMap, we can store a group of key value object pairs in Java programming. Okay. To demonstrate the HashMap, I'll go to this package and create a new class. I'll just name this class as demo5 with main method I'll create. And here inside the main method, I'll write the code for HashMap. I need to create an object for the HashMap. HashMap hash is equal to new HashMap like this. I'll write for now. And here, hover the mouse on the HashMap and import it from java.util package. And this HashMap is one of the predefined classes which comes under the collections framework. A lot of predefined classes will be there under collections framework, where HashMap is one of them. And here we have to provide the generic type, providing this less than greater than symbols after the class name. Here I can mention the key object type. Here, key value object pairs can be stored into the HashMap. Into this particular HashMap, you can store key value object pairs. So key will be of a string type. Let's assume. Let's take an example where all keys will be of string type, whereas the values will be of object type. Okay, because any type object class can store any type of values. Okay, any type of object values. Okay, I'll explain that. Okay, so here hash dot. The difference is hash, right? Hash dot. Okay, we have a method that is put method. Here I'll write down put. The key name will be in the string format. Key object will be in string format. I'll say name. Here I'll give my name as Arun Motori. Here it can be any format. It can be string format. It can be integer object format or any other, because its object class can store any type of objects, because object is a parent class of all the classes in Java. Okay. Hash dot put off. Here I'll say experience. I'll say experience. Experience is equal to, I'll just give the experience as 18 years of experience. Okay. HashMap dot put off. Object reference of the HashMap dot put off. Here I'll say working. Currently working or not. I'm not working. So I'll write false here. Boolean value I can store. You see all the different type of objects I can store. String objects, integer object, Boolean object can be stored, because here the generic type is mentioned as object. Here all the key objects are mentioned as a string type, because here string is mentioned. Okay, that's the reason. Hash dot put off. And I'll write down location. Say location as Hyderabad. Okay, like this I'll give the location. Now I'll print this out. System.out.println hash. Just print this out. Run the code. Right click, run as Java application. You'll get the output. You see the complete hash map got printed. Working false, experience 18, name Arun Motori, location Hyderabad. all the key value pair objects got printed in the output console. Okay, when you print the object reference of the hash map, all the key value pairs, key value pair objects which has been stored in the hash map has been printed in the output console. Now, in place of this hash map, can I use hash table? Hash table also will be in the same format, same way, guys. Okay. First, I covered what is a hash map. Hash map is one of the predefined classes under the collection framework. Using hash map, we can store a group of key value pair objects. I have done the practical demonstration of the hash map just now. Practical demonstration I have done for the hash map just now. Demonstration is completed. Now, what about the hash table? Hash table similar to the hash map. Hash table, here T is not capital, guys. T is lowercase. Okay, is also one of the predefined classes under collection framework. Okay, why we are comparing hash map with hash table? Because it is one of the predefined classes under the collections framework, guys. Okay, it is one of the predefined classes which comes under the collections framework. Okay, and using hash table also, we can store a group of key value object pairs. Similar to the hash map, you can use hash table. It works similar to the hash map. Hash map and hash table work in a similar way. Okay, let me practically demonstrate this. I just commented this out and I'll replace this hash map with hash table. Here, hash map with table. Over the mouse on this and import this. You see, the program will work in the same fashion, guys. You see, the same output you will get. You see, experience 18, name or remote location, and working false we got. Then, what is the difference? If hash map and hash table work in the same fashion, then what is the difference between hash map and hash table? Okay, what is the difference between hash map and hash table? So they both belong to the collections framework, and also the purpose of the hash map is to store a group of key value object pairs, and the purpose of the hash table is also to store the group of key value object pairs. Then what is the difference? Practically also they look same. But what is the difference, guys? The difference is here, guys. Okay, even though hash map and hash table look and work in the same way, there is a difference, guys. What is the difference between hash map and hash table? It is not synchronized. Okay, it is not synchronized, guys. Whereas hash table is synchronized. Hash map is not synchronized. Hash table is synchronized. Okay, that means hash map is not thread safe. In multi-threaded environment, we cannot use hash map. Okay, in a single threaded environment, we can use hash map, guys. Since it is not synchronized and it's not thread safe, we cannot use hash map in the multi-threaded environment. Okay, and it can be generally used in a single threaded place. Okay, because of its single threaded nature and without any multi-threading and nothing is there here, right? It is high in performance. That is faster. Okay, generally hash map will be used when synchronization is not required. Okay, thread safe environment is not required. In single threaded programs, right, we can use hash map to store key value object pairs. Okay, a group of key value object pairs you can store into the hash map in a single threaded environments, and it's faster also. Okay, because of the single threaded environment, right, it's faster. But coming to the hash table, it is synchronized, guys. Okay, it's generally designed for using in the designed to be used in the synchronized environments where multiple threads exist. Okay, in the Java programs where you use multiple threads, right, in that situations, hash table is preferred over the hash map. And it is a performance overhead because of the multi-threaded thing, right? It will be slower, guys. Okay, so it is not recommended to use hash table in a single threaded environment. For example, this is a single threaded environment. This is a single threaded program. In this, hash table is not useful because it will make the program run slower. But hash map is preferable here in a single threaded environment. But if you have a program with multiple threads running, in that case, hash table is preferred over the hash map. But when compared with hash map and hash table in a multi-threaded environment, even though it's kind of slower, we can use it. But in single threaded environment, we will be using hash map because it's faster. Okay. So, but we don't have to use hash table nowadays, guys. Okay, it's we can use hash table for legacy applications where legacy kind of features are there, right? Then we can use that. But in the latest modern applications, right, in place of the hash table, it is recommended to use concurrent hash map, which is synchronized and which is thread safe. Okay, it works in a multi-threaded environment. In place of the hash table, you have to use concurrent hash map instead of the hash table in real time. Okay, when you get a chance to use some alternative for hash map in that is in case of synchronized environment where there is a multiple threads exist, right? It's better to go with a concurrent hash map instead of the hash table. Okay. Hash table can still be used in legacy applications, but not in the modern applications. Okay. The applications which are built using the older versions of Java, you can use hash table, but in the latest versions of Java, you can use a concurrent hash map in place of the hash table. Okay. Both concurrent hash map and hash table will work in a multi-threaded environments and is kind of synchronized. Okay. And the performance is slower because of the multi-threaded overhead, right? It kind of, slower. Only in case of multi-threaded environments, you have to use it. Hash map, we have to use in a single threaded environment because it is faster. Okay. We should not be using hash table or concurrent hash map in the single threaded environment because it will be slower when compared to the hash map. And conclusion is that in modern Java development, hash map is almost always a better choice case. Okay. We generally, we write programs in a single threaded way. So that's the reason in modern Java development, most of the cases we go with hash map, guys. And most of the cases, the programs will be single threaded. So we'll go with the hash map. Okay. Hash map is a better choice for storing a group of key value object pairs. But if you have to write the same, if you need to store key value pair objects in the Java program in a synchronized environment where multiple threads exist, then only you have to go with a concurrent hash map for the modern applications. Okay. For thread safety and multi-threaded place and synchronized place, right? We have to use concurrent hash map in place of the hash table. Hash table only can be used for legacy applications. Okay. Fine. So hope guys with the theoretical explanation and practical demonstration, you got the answer for this question. So what is the difference between hash map and hash table? Hash map is not thread safe. It should be used in a single threaded environment for faster execution of the code. Okay, where hash table is generally used for storing the group of key value pair objects in a multi-threaded environment. Okay, and also in the legacy applications, we can use this. Now in the modern applications, in place of the hash table, it's recommended to use concurrent hash map. Okay, so hope guys you got the answer for this question. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye bye.